DJ House of Dance, sound kind of special. DJ House tem Sound kind of special.
Radio. I want to thank all of you again tonight for joining us. We say thank you very much. Let's have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday afternoon and see how far we're going to go with this here this afternoon, folks. Things that I'm not too. I don't know. I don't know. Liberia is not for me alone. It's for everybody. We all sit down. We mess it up. We can do it. Whatever it is, that's fine. We want to mess Liberia up because this is the only country we have. If we can't face the team, then we just do what we want to do, say we this and that. It's up to us. Anyway, let me do my show. Thank you very much for joining up. I will go straight to total English and then forget about the book business. We're working on book. I say you're welcome here. And I want to thank all of you tonight for joining me here. And this Liberia thing here, we on here, that's small thing. Every day, we find 8 day people they don't want to give. 8 day one from Booster Color, other one from Waterside. What kind of business is they here now? Liberia. Why we do this? But anyway, on a very serious note, folks, I want to welcome all of you again tonight. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful show. We have a lot to talk about here. First thing, safety, folks. Take care of your car. Your car will take care of you. There's no question asked. Make sure your antifreeze, everything taken care of. Make sure the most important thing, especially in the wintertime, most important thing is make sure you have good tires. No question. Your brakes are all checked up. No question asked. Inspect your car as you're getting ready to get out. To go anywhere, inspect your car. Make sure you don't have any kinds of issues in terms of flat tire or what have you. Because it's snowing out there. If it is, it's cold out there. Of course it is. Very, very, very cold. You don't want to sit in the car having the car running. And sometimes if you have a slow leak, serious issue I'm going to be pointing out right now. If you get flat tire on the highway, and because it's so cold, I've been asking you to put blanket, water, and flashlight in your car. Maybe you didn't hear that part before. So you have nothing, but it's cold. So you turn your car on, hoping to get heated from the car running. But if you have a slow leak, and you might not even know where the leak coming from the undercarriage of your car, and the exhaust pipe, instead of going out, it start coming into the car. In less than 15 minutes, you will pass out. No question out from no bare fume. They're not good. So one of the things you don't want to do is to have your car running when you're sitting in there. Okay, short story, true story about myself. Back in 19-something, I tried to fix my car. It was winter time. So I said, I can fix the car in the garage, but I don't want the cold air to come in. So I put the garage door down. And I started testing the car, running the car. In less than 15 minutes, I wasn't even able to walk from the passenger side. And the garage door is right there. I was working in the garage. From the passenger side to push the door for the wife to come and tell me to do this X, Y, and Z. I was unable. Locking it for me. It was just happening that she was coming through the garage to check on me. I was laying flat out on the door. The exhaust system almost took me out. Thank you, Jesus, I'm still here. I'm giving you Nathaniel and Alfonso are giving them a hard time. Jesus, thank you. Please keep me here still. Keep me here. Let me deal with the two people here. Alfonso and Nathaniel, they always fire me. Since today, Alfonso now fire me 5 times. If I call Nathaniel right now, the first thing you know, Papa, you fire. That's the first thing. So Jesus, let me stay here and let me deal with you. On a very serious note, it's a very serious safety issue. Make sure those things don't happen to you. Take care of your car will take care of you. Okay. So, folks, that is President Weah, Republic of Liberia president, elected president. Under his watch, and I'm not going to pull punches this evening. You all know how much I admire this young man and the fact that he's from Gibraltar and able to work his way through. He didn't come to this position stealing. He didn't come to the position overnight. He didn't come to the position by not working. He worked hard for it. And he was blessed to be at this position. But what is happening right now under his watch in Liberia, embarrassing to say the least. And people are making big deal out of it, and I don't blame them. There's no reason. There is no reason. And you know, if you've been watching my show, I call him Dr. Weah, and I will continue to call him Dr. Weah. If you've been watching my show, I focus on the developmental agenda of Dr. Weah. If you've been watching my show, I try to promote the development, whether new or whatever, whether small or big, I try to promote it. Because I believe that Dr. Weah truly believe in the developmental agenda of Liberia. Simple. But those that are with him continue to push him in different direction. And he's supposed to be old enough to say, no, this is not part of me. This is not what I want to do. From time to time, if he gets pushed, then he comes out and say, I'm unable to even kill a fly. But then whatever people do in his name, don't carry that type of position. And I'm going to go at it tonight. Folks, I'm not pulling no punches. But anyway, I'll deal with that. That's Dr. Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia. Let's watch the video where I believe truly that despite all of the wrangling that is happening, he still believes in the development business in Liberia, specifically role. And since I like development and structure, whether it be superstructure or whatever, I like that. So I will continue to promote it. But at the same time, if I see something that is not right, I will point it out. Whether you like it or not, if that's my opinion, I will express it. But I will do so with responsibility, and I will do so with respect. That is the difference. Okay, let's watch the video. Let's watch the video. Samson told LIBERIA Public, things are getting very out of hand right now in Liberia. Let's watch the video. Samson told LIBERIA Public, this is the video of Dr. Weah during the campaign. I wish, sometimes I wish Dr. Weah would try to revisit these positions of these when he was walking, campaigning, and things like that. Maybe revisit some of those videos from time to time. Research. Go on Facebook and see some of the things that you yourself, Dr. Weah, have stated over the years. And maybe that will bring you back to the ground, because right now the people are putting you way up there. And like Brumpo, them. They will put you there before you know they take them, wherever you're standing on, they take it from under you. Oh. That's not their first time. That's not their first time. That's what we do in our country. We praise you, praise you, praise you. When we're ready, we act like we don't even know you. Some of your own best friend, they man, when I thought you don't listen to me, man. They man, every time people tell you something, you don't want to do it. But that they see people today, oh, they tell you, yeah, that man, that's the weird, that's your friend. That man, you better watch. And then you take their position. But when they're ready, then they tell you, man, you don't listen to people. You do whatever you want to do to him. You do whatever you want to do to him. My brother, I will deal with that. Let's watch the video. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio.
Let's make sure you do that same thing for you can hold. Yeah, we hold the stage. You are on the shoulder, you must stay. We're going to junior that before. No, I beg you.
I'll go Man, the Germans are still waiting for us. I think it's finished. Salome said, not done.
Let's make sure you do that.
There you have it. That was the president during the election seeking the higher office. And I truly believe if you watch that video, during that walk, I have the right to do that, folks. I have the right to do it. He's a human being like any other person. I believe during that walk, he was thinking to himself, the day I win the presidency. Well, did I say presidential? The day I win the presidential. The day I win the presidential. Yeah. LIBERIA with something else. Oh, we're not easy. The day I win the presidential, he said. On a very serious note, sometimes you come in life, you plan, and I believe truly that Dr. Weah did his planning, but I'm not too sure what happened now. What exactly is going on? This is one of those times that I wish I have the opportunity to connect with Dr. Weah. Because this thing is getting out of hand and he's losing it. they will continue to sing. Then when the elections start going wrong tomorrow against him, immediately, I don't even want to, I'm a Liberty Party member, so but I'm not even going to go far. Immediately after the election, who went to CDC? Liberty Party Vice Tender LIBERIA. Am I making it up? Maybe I'm making a mistake. Liberty Party chairman. These are these are people that control Liberty Party. And they dropped the party and left. What makes you think that if these things start going wrong tomorrow, that they're not going to drop CDC and leave? Look how many people left Unity Party. These people will refuse, and they just jumping from one position to another because they refuse to build institution. They want to build individual, because by building individual, they themselves in the process are also building themselves. Because if you're not going, they have no connection, so they can easily jump out. Because they didn't build an institution, so they have no connection. You see what I'm going with? I will rock it tonight. Samson, too. I'm not playing tonight. But that's Dr. Weir. And I truly believe during the election when he was walking through the mud, there's another video where they were in Lofa County and yes, Liberia with something else. While they were in Lofa County, and there was they made another video of that, but I haven't seen that video for a very long time. I will look for it. But anyway, that's Dr. Weir. Let's now watch Dr. Weir having gone through the process of trying to see. Let's hear what he's talking. The little boy, because I say little boy because I'm older than him, but he's still my president. He's my boss. He's the father of the nation. To be honest with you, I bet you if you were to put Dr. Weir in a room right now and start playing video of all of the things that's been happening to him, he probably go put a hand in his hand and say, this is not what I thought would happen. People, they're not telling him the truth. Even if I were friend with him, like for example, even though Alfonso, So, and Nantano cried that are older than them, they're my little brothers, but we're friends. I can tell Alfonso if I see something and he's doing, I don't like it, I tell him, what you would do to me? In my head, more. Hey, more. What you would do to me? Nothing. I block you. But on a very serious note, because of our relationship over the years, I can tell him. And if I'm doing something that is not right, both of them will tell me. Because of the relationship we have. That's why you build this relationship. And a relationship that based on, it's supposed to be two-way, up and down. But if a relationship is built on something I want from you, not because of you, and not because of my respect for you, but because you got something that I can get through you, that relationship is not good. And that's the kind of relationship I suspect is happening with all these people and Dr. Weir. Because they are educated. Samuel 12 used to work in Ellen government. What is his name? Mageo, yeah. Used to work in Ellen government. These people are educated. Why would they allow Dr. Weir to walk in these kinds of fire hole? And they sit there. So but I will touch that. I will touch that. I'll go on that, folks. So anyhow, let's listen to Dr. Weir telling us. And this is why I will continue to promote whatever development agenda he puts up. Listen to him here. Don't thank me. It is my responsibility. When you see Dr. Weir talking like that, that means he's not in the bubble right there. But when you come out and say, the people cursing me in the player, the way the people cursing me, that are good things, that your people, that your Liberian people, you're watching, that means in a bubble. And you come out and say, anybody curse me in the country, the law will deal with, that means he's in a bubble. That's the kind of thing they're telling him for him to say. But when he come out and make a statement that I'm getting ready to play, he's not in a bubble. He's being real. And this, folks, that's why I continue to play this video, because this is who Dr. Weir is, his true self. Don't thank me. It is my responsibility to do this. In fact, I'm supposed to be thankful to you guys, the Liberian people, for giving me this opportunity. The man was being real. He was not hiding nothing. But then after that, before you load it, as soon as they see him making the kind of, oh, don't let him get away, then they send somebody right away. No, that statement there, Chief, that you're talking to, they will still use it against you. They're telling you they will use your word against you. Let me play this video, folks. Samson told LeBron Public, and I will get to my story here this evening. It's a very embarrassing situation for what is happening. This man, before coming to Liberia, well respected all over the world. Not because he's from Nukru Town or from Gibraltar, but because he did something that few men of the world, people who live on earth, I'm not saying Liberia, I'm not saying African, war, plenty of people on earth. He was one of the few people that did those kinds of stuff. People have respect for him. But just because he's president, the way people telling him to do things, the respect is going down fast. And before I even play this, I want to ask all of you, whether you like him or not, whether you think he's capable or not, whether you think he's messing up or not, he's president of the Republic of Liberia. How can you say you love your country? However, the person who is leading the country as president, you want him to fail? If he fails, what do you think happening to the country? So I'm not saying we can't criticize. But why can't we, if something like this that happened today, it's of embarrassment, whether you sedition or you UP, you Liberty Party, every one of us, they put pepper in our eyes today. Even the Henry Costa said they put pepper in your eye too. He's a Liberian, for Christ's sake. You think if Henry Costa were to sit down and think about what happened today, he's going to be happy? I've hard to believe. But let's play this video, then I'll come and address you people on this issue this evening. Samson told LeBron Public. Listen to Dr. Weir telling us his true self, why he is, why he's doing things he's doing. Let's listen.
This is the right thing to do. Our country, it doesn't matter how many homes you got there, if no roads to connect, it's not completed. So I am happy with my road projects. From the capital to the hinterland, I will continue to believe in my road projects. Anyone that will come after me will find something else to do. But I think that Liberia, being the first African republic, also needs a road network. And this is what we're doing. You don't need to thank me, that's my responsibility. I need to thank you for making me to serve the country. This is the right thing to do. Our country, it doesn't matter how many homes you got there, if no roads to connect, it's not completed. So I am happy with my road projects. From the capital to the hinterland, I will continue to believe in my road projects. Anyone that will come after me will find something else to do.
There you have it. There you have it, folks. That's Dr. Weir. As I stated, I truly believe that this is the president that was elected by 61.5%, because people believe in him and because people thought that he was going to deliver. And I hope and I pray that he truly, truly will shine for all of us. Few days ago, I had my show, and the show was about the Dr. Weah inspecting projects that he himself had put forward for the Liberian people. Even though my show was to actually shine lights on the processes, which I thought some of the processes were flawed. However, it was also intended to promote the idea of Dr. Weah himself, insisting that the development, specifically road development in Liberia, take center stage. But with me, as an engineer, and I wasn't speaking because I'm an engineer. That's why I said, no. Just from looking at the process. And one of the things that I stated also was that I'm very grateful to the government and very grateful to KMTV for allowing us to see the raw material. It was not filtered, it was not doctored, it was not edited, nothing, just raw material. And the government of the Republic of Liberia to allow that to come through. I'm very grateful to both KMTV and the government. However, my concern and the thing that I was saying at the time was that the process involved was flawed. Those were engineers that are supposed to be doing a good job. Dr. Weah is not an engineer. He carrying out the policy. He's carrying out the mandate. He's told the Liberian people that when you give me the opportunity, I will do what I can to make sure you get good road, and he's trying to fulfill those promises. But those who were charged to carry out that policy, those who were charged to carry out the function, were failing him, and I pointed that out. The safety aspect of the project business in Liberia is bad. I pointed that out. I pointed out that if you're going to do a concrete road, you have to do better than what you did, because what they showed us was just like a driveway. That's not something you want to have the president going and inspecting and tooting his horn and things like that. You're embarrassing the situation. But anyway, after the show, as usual, I always open my line, and I open the line. And when one person talked, I talked for almost 2 hours, and one person came out and was talking about the show. The next person that called, I said, "What's on your mind?" He said, "Yeah. What's on my mind is the way the government of Liberia is treating Custer." And he went on and I didn't even interrupt him. When he started, I told him, yes, it's a good point, but my show tonight was about the role and the way things and the development that Dr. Weah and people are putting out in Liberia. Do you have comment? He said, no. You asked me what's on my mind, so I'm not telling you what's on my mind, and he has the right to do that. So I said, okay, and I kept quiet. And the young man went on to talk about Custer and the government and the immigration issue. From there on, for almost 10, 15, 20 minutes, people were writing on my page about that. The development issue that I brought up, showing that Dr. Weah was able to put up buildings for people, brothers and sisters, to live in. That was not even being discussed. The sad thing was, that same day, the government also, with the Minister of Finance, Minister of Labor Youth and Sport Youth and whatever they call them, they have targeted 2,000 youth for summer job in Liberia to get them off the street. People who have graduate degree or whatever, to get them off the street. 2,000 of them. And that wasn't even being talked about. And this is why I continue to say those who are with Dr. Weah, because they got nothing to offer, they will continue to find enemy of the state. Another sad thing that I saw this afternoon, I just saw briefly, I don't even want to look at it, was the Minister of Information, the Deputy Minister of Information for Facebook, Deputy Minister of Information for Liberia Facebook, Eugene Falcon, was there explaining himself about his Facebook page, because there's stuff that was going around saying that he wrote, people said that he wrote and said Custer will die. So he tried to explain himself. The only reason why you put yourself in that type of position is because of things that you've come out to say. Your hatred for another human being. Your disdain for Custer. And so anybody, even if your page were hijacked, and it doesn't take much for people to believe that, because you are not far removed from that kinds of uttering of statement. Custer going to be arrested when you know very well you have not even discussed it with the minister of justice. They have to rebuke you by coming and saying no. So you're here today explaining that it was not his page. You think a Musa Dean page, a Musa Dean, they put a picture and then Musa Dean say Custer will get killed. Yeah, other Liberians will take it and run with it. But there will be some people to say, wait a minute. But coming from there, they say, yes, he's capable. And here is the most important thing here. I tried my best to stay away from it because I thought these people can handle themselves. Because first of all, there was no reason. For me, I see no reason that this thing would blow up in our faces like that. Embarrass us. Have people put pepper in our eyes today. So Custer. And here's the other thing here. Those of the people that are supporting Dr. Weah, unless you have not gone to school, but if you know what going to school is, you don't fool around with that. Custer went to Liberia, presented paper, and it was not hidden. This was being done live on TV when Custer came from the airport. People welcomed him. They walked him from the airport all the way to Monrovia. And he was there all that time. They didn't do no investigation about blessed passage. People, immediately when he got there, he even talked about it. It was not hidden. The government didn't say anything about blessed passage. Now coming back so he can go on to school. Then he said no. It was so embarrassing the government had to try to deny it. Why other group of people in the government denying, the other group are carrying on their activities? Why are they not working together? Because there are those who are at the top. They don't care what happened to the image of the country as long as they get their aim, their selfish aim accomplished. They got nothing else to think about. So Custer, according to the story, he told us on Facebook. He went to the place and he told him to write a letter explaining. After that, then he asked the lawyer to sign. You could tell he was putting up resistance, but he wanted out of there. He wanted to come back and go to school. Because that's school. That's college. That's not high school. The professor comes and says, okay, there's chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, okay. It's do, blah, blah. They don't care whether Custer sits in the class or not. If Custer comes in next week, Custer needs to cover it up. And he knows that, and he wants out of there to come and do his work. And they try to put a roadblock on it. So going through Sierra Leone and what have you, I would have done the same thing. I want to go to school. I don't want to fool around. I'm done. I told you guys I'm coming to demonstrate. I'm coming to protest. And let's look. These are kinds of, now, I will use this one on you again tonight. The tiny sedition. Tiny sedition. That ain't got nothing to do in the country after pushing car ball and whatever they do. They work, you work whole day. They ain't got nothing else to do. They all we do, we just come and finish eating heavy kesali. Tiny decision. They stay here. The government must be successful. They stay here. The government need to be tough. is sitting down behind the mic just like I am now. We ain't got nothing good to offer the people. All we do is just sit down and run our mouths all day long. Some of us try to be sensible. I'm one of those. But there are those who are so ridiculous in their pronouncement. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But when they open their mic, as soon as they go on Facebook, open, you got 200, 300, 400 people looking, watching, knowing full well that these people are not getting us anything. But because their hatred towards certain people, you don't hear them preaching development. Go on, and I will say this. I don't mind saying it. If I'm wrong, so be it. I think I'm about the only person in this whole business that talk about development, that talk about, chronologizing in things, the development thing that is going on. Show it. Okay, this is what's happening. This is what it's supposed to be, and this is what it is. I'm the only person, not because I'm an engineer, but I have interest in it. You don't talk about that all day. The president, if the president not stealing money and putting it on his mattress, then the president getting his money and giving it to a wife. If it's not so that Costa, the one starting the Costa making people hungry in Liberia. If it's not so that Costa making it rain in Liberia, Costa is he's so irresponsible that the 6 month rain in Liberia because of him. They're just ridiculous. At the end of the day, you will not hear them finding the way forward for us. In fact, if they find that Costa, people are applying the legal system towards Costa, then the government is weak. Those who trying to follow the law towards Costa, those are people that are within the government trying to break the government down and undermining the government because they want to follow the Constitution as they apply to individuals. Those people now become people enemy of the state within the government. The people need to be fired. Here we are today. Because of these kinds of things. Doctor, it's all caught up in this mess. In this mess. President of the Republic of Liberia, in this mess. Let me show you. That's the Minister of Information for Freetown. Freetown, Liberia, Freetown for Sierra Leone. Yeah, man. He put just I don't know, but Minister of Information for Sierra Leone, and that's Costa on his side. Costa told us yesterday. The people got me, but they're being very professional. Who in Sierra Leone that don't know Costa? Who in West Africa that don't know Henry Costa by this time? So the people on Facebook yesterday, just like me, Facebook media news people, Costa have been arrested, Costa gonna be all kinds of stuff. At first, when I heard it, I was angry with Costa. Why even leave? But then I thought to myself, Samson, come on now. You know how difficult it was when you were in school. You have to keep up. Costa is in school. Are we not grateful for something like that? For a young man, Costa doesn't need to go to school. Costa can stay in Monrovia and be friends with the government and enjoy himself. But he's not doing that. He's educating himself. But we're not even supportive of that. We want to see his demise. We want to make sure that he fails. What exactly Costa been talking about within the last 6 months that is so detrimental to Liberia, that if he continue to preach stuff like that Liberia will go back to war? Can you tell me one thing? Costa talking about $16 billion. Which one of us in a place that they ain't opening our mouth about $16 billion? Costa talking about $25 million map out. Report, no report yet. Costa talking about people not getting paid on time. That bad thing. Or, oh, no, Costa not supposed to say no thing. But just leave it like that. Then you're not being sincere either. Yes, there are some things that comes out of Costa's mouth that I'm not comfortable, and I've been saying it. But you don't attack the messenger. Forget about the personality of the messenger. Think about the message that is coming out. But we don't want to accept that. The person who's bringing the message, we want Jesus Christ to bring the message because he's about a pure person. We know things are ugly in this country. We know things are bad, but we don't want Costa to say. We want somebody else. Who? Who do you want to say it? Costa has the platform. And I bet asking you people in the government of Liberia over and over. Costa has the platform, unique in a society. And I've been asking the government, allow Costa and his message, his platform to perform. Here's the thing that I keep saying. Costa, when you open your radio, old lady then can call him. Hey, my son, the way the country going, like some of them that might not even be true. People that so they say, but they use his radio as a medium to express themselves. When I old lady finish go on the farm, hey, the way I talk to that government today, hey, my heart certified. That one going to drink cold water, they certify. When that old lady called their son and daughter then in America, yeah, Costa, I'm happy the way he let me talk today. Oh. That old lady certified. But we don't want that. So Costa, yeah, I'm not happy, and I'm not. But who am I to say what you say and how you say it? That's not my job. As long the process itself is not violating somebody else's right, that's not my job. Who are we to say you can't cuss? You can't cuss. I can't cuss because my inner core will not permit me to stand here before you and use words that are not decent according to me, not according to you. Even the thing I'm saying for you might not even be decent. But I cannot police what comes out of the mouth of other people. We can't do that. As a liberal progressive, that's worse. I said, say it. As long you feel good, say it. Yes, so he said, Mr. Two, why if a person cussing the president? So what? Is that what's going to break Dr. Weah bones? Cussing? Is that what's stopping Dr. Weah to perform? Is that what's stopping people like Samuel told them to perform? Cussing? Far from it. When you cuss, let me tell you again, I told you guys before. In order for you to get angry and use language that normally, because you can't use the language as you walk around friends. You can be cussing all day. But in order to put yourself into that position, you have to bring that up out of you. Your whole human self have to bring yourself to another level. And after all the cussing is done, then you have to bring yourself down so that you will be normal again. Who's being affected? Think about it. The yo-yo you're doing with your body, your mind. Because every time you ready to cuss, you got to bring yourself to this position. Because when you're cussing, that's not normal. So your behavior now becomes, whatever you want to call it. They're not normal anymore. So in order for you to get back into the society, you have to bring yourself back to normalcy. You see where I'm going with this? But the person you cussing, the person in the normal. And so you cost me so what? That you business. But we don't want that. So the minister of Sierra Leone. Let me read this. The pepper the people throw in our eyes today was bad. Liberia has civil war. Sierra Leone have civil war. Worse than us, I would say. They think you're playing with. They think that we are here, people playing with. It's deeper. People from Sierra Leone, because of child-killer behavior towards them, they have no trust for us. And you can't blame them. You can't blame them. At least with us, we're killing each other. But we have somebody who has been proving what they're supporting a group in the people country. You think the people are going to forget it? They have no trust for us. Go up and calm down. Even in Liberia, we ourselves, we don't trust each other. This is what we're having this. How much more about Sierra Leone? But let's read what the guy said. Sierra Leone Minister of Information and Culture and Communication, Mr. Mohammed, I think his name is Swari, said the administration will not take dictation from any government. Why Dr. We have put himself in this kinds of position where people are not telling you, don't tell us what to do. Your next door neighbor, don't tell us what to do. Because everything that is going on in Liberia, they themselves can see it. What is it that happened in Liberia that the whole world can see? It's on Facebook every day. Our lives. It's on Facebook. The people can see it. So Costa goes over there. They're not going to ask extradition for Costa. You know the people law. Why don't you even look at the people law? Before the Facebook lawyer there around the time, I finish eating heavy gig, I finish eating heavy kisali, then they call themselves a lawyer. They rather can't tell us what laws are supposed to apply to Costa from Sierra Leone. You know what they told them? Sierra Leone, they went into their law and they listed things that as a human being, and they've gone through it worse. So they were able to tailor their law to help their citizens. And this is why some of us continue to say we must have the war crime court, because after that is done, not necessarily seeing people being punished or killed. That's not my intent. But when we have that discussion among ourselves, knowing fully well that if you refuse to tell us exactly and your responsibility and apologize, the law will deal with you. But when that is done, the law that are going to come to protect people, we will do that. Look at this. Who are the people that we're complaining about in the we-are-led government security apparatus? Ex-rebels, ex-rebel generals. These people, they don't have, I can say that I don't believe they have clean hands either. In order to be a general, rebel general, you got to be involved in the fighting. And I was talking about, let's do karate fighting. That's not what I'm talking about. Bazooka, Guzuka, whatever, Zagazugu. The killing. It was unbelievable. And these are the people now that are being linked to we-are-led government. You saw the arbitrage they tied around Jefferson Kochi's neck 2 days ago. I've been telling that young man to do something. He's not listening. But you will find out. You will find out. Tani sedition. Tani sedition. Your jealous sounds into you ain't got nothing to yourself. You here, you enjoying life in a place here. 2 weeks from today, or even a week from today, you're going to get paid, and you're going to go to club, enjoy yourself, ride nice car, eating good food, while our brothers and sisters are suffering, and then you want to sit down and talk about the government. You got power. The government is weak. Why you can't go over there and be a senator sometime? So the government of Sierra Leone said, don't dictate to us. Why would they make a statement like that as though we and the Sierra Leone are having some issues? You know why? Because there was a perfect. Dr. We are keep giving people Christmas presents all over the world. The Sierra Leone government saw this opportunity and they seized on it for the international community to see how clean Sierra Leone is. Why we put ourselves in a kind of mess like this? Sierra Leone come from war. We too come from war. Sierra Leone today, based on our own inept behavior from our government, Sierra Leone government said, no, in this place, freedom of rights. People got rights. We don't abuse people's rights. We respect people's rights. And we're not going to sit down here for the government or whatever entity in Liberia say, or this person, and we just sit there. This was another false error that have nothing to do with whatever it is that we're trying to do. Because those who are involved with this government, not only do they have nothing to offer, but the fact that they have nothing to offer, they try to mask that by presenting enemy of the state. Costa go to Sierra Leone. Y'all know Costa in Sierra Leone. Leave the man alone. Let him go. One of the things that Costa did that going to Sierra Leone, if the government would let him go, the fact that they say they're going to have charges on you, whatever, for Costa to come back to Liberia now, that would have been a little bit difficult. Because now the government can say, well, even if you don't want Costa back in Liberia, well, he left from here. You saw how he left from here. Where is he? How is he coming back here? He was in Liberia. He didn't tell us he left. Did he go through the proper channel? That would have been perfect argument. But no. At this point, if he leaves Sierra Leone and come to Liberia and come back to America, go to school, he come back to Liberia, you try to stop him. You know what they're going to do? You got Sierra Leone telling the international community. Let me read that. Speaking on BBC Focus on Wednesday, Mr. Suarez said the government of Sierra Leone is committed. You see what happened? The government of Sierra Leone is committed. So who's not committed? It's committed to protecting the rights of Mr. Custer. So who's not committed? Liberian government. The government of the Sierra Leone government is committed of protecting Mr. Custer's rights. Who not committed? And the sad thing is, I went to work this morning, and another friend of mine who was also from Sierra Leone, engineer, Mr. Toe, I say, yeah. What they go on to that you Liberia? What from the Liberian people now? I say, what do you mean? Every day they fight. They're not tired fighting yet. I thought they were done fighting. I say, what do you mean by that? Mama, let me pass that. I sell English. I was embarrassed. I got to act like I don't know what he's talking about. So I say, mama, that guy is selling English. Let me come get out of here. I say, I got to throw some real BTC English on the man. From way deep inside Total, I got to speak that English so you would say, yeah. But I was embarrassed. Where you want from Costa? Costa, as it is right now, if I was connected to Dr. Weir, I said, I've been saying that over. Those of you that have been watching me, you will attest to this. I told you guys before that Dr. We and the government should have stayed ahead of the protest. I'm not saying the government should have encouraged people to protest against them. But that day, instead of, you know, that water can stuff is still going around all over the world. People are still talking about it. And people are still blaming the police. And who leadership is it? Ah, man, Dr. Weah, please, Dr. Weah, you begin. Something happening, yo. Something happening. I'm not even going to go with the issue of the vice president. I don't know about that's something coming. That one that we were dancing in the street. We're going to dance in the street. That's something else we're coming. But let's deal with the one. The government, that day during the protest, instead of water camp, telling the people, you go over there, oh, the woman that was cooking. Look at the old lady then that was cooking. Ah, yes, Dr. Weah. You say you're from Gibraltar? My man, you sure you're from Gibraltar or you were just visiting Gibraltar? Because look at the old lady that was cooking that day on the coal pot. Coal pot. You go over there. All the security, you get away. Well, you want to be security unless you want to eat. Some of the things are getting ready to cook here. Don't come here. You go there. Oh my, but you ain't got. Oh my, you say you don't even get shame face there. You come and bring coal pie in front of the executive marshal. Everybody watching, or the whole world watching. Okay, you want also cook in front of the executive marshal. You come. You don't cook. Hey, what you doing? What it? You go and start making fun. You know what will happen? You know what would have happened? If you were to go there, instead of listening to this tiny sedition, you go there, you're going to make yourself low. They will try to, who will try to do what? You go there. You finish cooking one hamburger. Oh, what is water? Oh, okay. You put your hand in your pocket, you bring your own water out. You're not done now. You know what will happen with the people protesting, the people. Yeah, that day when our brothers, the Muslim brothers, were praying, no sound. I was so impressed. Over 1,000 people, no sound. Everybody was respectful to that process. You think you, president of the republic, and go down there and say you want to help them to cook. They will say, go, we don't want you here. The next thing, but what are you protesting for? Any man here? They're not all. Well, no, it didn't happen. Sat there, these people pouring water on Liberians. Because they want this, the people that were cooking on the coal pot are going to make the executive marshal to catch on fire again. What kind of bad law we see ourselves? So, what is this? Making the coal pot, the people cooking in the coal pot are going to make the executive marshal to catch on fire again. The executive marshal has been facing for the last 20 years. They ain't even finished it. Okay? But let's go back to this. I have to put some humor in this thing here for me to save face, my people. Let's go back into this. Why the people of Yanklin, why the president and his people were denied? Because Costa is a smart man. I keep telling you, you will continue to eat your lunch until you come to yourself. Nothing you will do to him. Because if Costa get hurt, I'm not talking about war. There's nobody going to bring war in our country. But most likely, that will be the end of the Weah-led government and anything that have to do with the international community. Simple as that. Simple. I truly believe that. So Costa, nothing going to happen to him. But Costa, when I said, oh, you want to send me by? I don't say, you can't send me by, but when you send me by, people will kill me. And the people have seen Costa Station being attacked. The people have read that Costa Station being attacked with the general, ex-rebel general. And when you bring up the man, these people, you don't know what you're playing with. Sierra Leone banned to war. They know. They have been reading, they've seen that the ex-rebel general working for the government, according to news, And they have seen ex-rebel general picture by Costa's radio station. And you expect these people to say, Costa, go back to Liberia? They themselves have gone through suffering on a rebel generals. On a rebel general. And these people, and the minister picture, look over there. You think somebody young who didn't experience the ills of war? So when they look at it, they say, that for paper business, because the man get paper, he can't through, you want to send him by. The old people in the room, they told the government, that for paper business, you're coming send a man by to rebel general? I don't think we want to bring somebody from Sierra Leone and saying to rebel general something happened. So what the president there, according why Dr. Weir and people are denying, we got nothing to harm with Costa. Nobody gonna harm Costa. This is not what the Liberian government would do and things like that. The president of Sierra Leone was telling the people, "You're free, the man." I'm not too sure what kind of conversation they have. I'm sure President Weir and the president of Sierra Leone most likely have conversation. But for it to get to this point, and then you always say Costa violated rules. Was it not a few years ago that there was a Facebook passport of Dr. Weir having a U.S. passport floating all around here? People, we're gonna stay inside for a while. We're gonna be inside for a while. But the government of Liberia allowed the people to throw in our faces today. But here's the reason why I'm bringing this up, and I'll be very honest with you. I'm jealous, and as a result, I'm embarrassed. Because some of us, when we go to work and things, I'm an engineer. I mean, they'll say it again. And in the engineering business, we got a lot of foreigners. You got lots and lots of Nigerians who are engineers. You got lots and lots of Sierra Leoneans who are engineers. You got lots and lots of Liberians who are engineers. So when you go to work, as a respectable human being, you go to work. Mr. Two, what they happening again in your country now? Yeah, you guys not get tired yet. They start speaking that they are whatever English. They are forced now to speak my no-go English to them. Are forced now to speak the no-go English to them. Where you talk about? Where you my winter here? Where you come from, sir? Where are you now, my man? I have to put fun in it just to get myself back together. Because on forced error like this, what exactly this government want from Costa? So if Costa were to be delivered to you, what were you going to say? Your laissez-passer don't work? And therefore, what is the crime? What is the punishment for laissez-passer? What did the Constitution say? How many years prison term the man gonna have? For something that Costa, even if you were to arrest him, he's not even gonna spend 6 months in jail. You put yourself in the international community eyes like that, as though you got nothing to offer and you can't handle these kinds of stuff. We can't continue to do that. The people, international community are watching us. I just told you, 2 major things happen. In fact, today again, I've been here now going to an hour. Have you heard me talking about cocoa? There was a deal that signed, I think yesterday or today, between certain group in Liberia to boost the cocoa production in Liberia. I think 5 million euro or something like that. We're not even going to talk about it. Because why would we want to talk about something like that? And jump over Costa situation? No, we can't do that. I told you already, 2 days ago, Minister of Labor, Youth and Sport and Minister of Finance, they said they want to hire 2,000 youth to get them out of the street, people who graduating, 2,000. to hire them for someone's job. That's a good thing. And I showed you the other day, the project, even if it's not a good project, but there's a project. There's a project in Liberia. People work, and they're getting paid. Those are things that the government is supposed to promote. You got Eugene Falcon every day, fact and fiction. Fact and fiction. If Eugene Falcon want to do facts and fiction business, let him come back here. I live in California. I will try and help him to go to Hollywood and start a moving company so he can produce a movie. But every day, fact and fiction. Fact and fiction. What coming out of it? Nothing. Nothing. And people leaving us behind. You have seen, they see selling people when they go to country, go to Japan, go to China, they go to other places. They get money. The government go and get money coming back, lots of money. And they're producing, they're working. Folks, this is just not something that I'm just sometimes you get excited when you see the CDC-led government is doing some wonderful thing you want to promote. And while you're in the process of trying to put your thing together so you can title them on your show, then something like this happen. Intentionally, the other day, I believe it was on Friday, I didn't want to talk about Costa issues. And I decided I'm going to promote the development that we are going all over the city, inspecting. I want to promote that, even though there was some faulty stuff I was going to be talking about. And this young man called me out on it. And I have no other choice. So that's where we are. I hope that Mr. Costa will come back to the state, go on with his program, and finish his program. And one of the things, one of the things those who call in Costa the tiny sedition, you're supposed to be thankful that Costa is even leaving to come back here for school. Okay? Here's the thing here, on a very serious note. The leaked tape is doing so much damage. In fact, the leaked tape, if anybody, people, when you start the war crime court, that leaked tape will be used to indict some people. The other day I was reading, somebody in the House of Representatives want to bring Monuba Moru on to testify because they now want to start some sort of a process we can get people to vote to impeach the president he himself. There's that kind of thing I'm talking about. Some tiny something to say impeach. Then the president took that and elevated that stuff that people talk about, that plenty of people are not even listening. Then he elevated that and called it, the people want to impeach me, who are here to work. But you even mentioning that, you give it legs. Okay? Monu told everybody the issue. How the president go to other country, ask for money, then when he bring the money, he use it for himself. But of course, what did he say? What did he say? I just drink something, right? Was it because say, okay, the way you're talking that water talk. But Moru after making, what did he say? That liquor talk, huh? You can't do that. And this is why I keep saying, Dr. Weir, I hope this year that he will try and put some people down. Bring me on board. I will help you. But how much I want? How many dollars I would like? How many dollars you think I need to if I'm working for the government? And people used to make $15,000. I want $20,000 a month. If I don't get $20,000, I don't want a job. If you can't pay me $20,000 money, I don't want it. But on a very serious note, I hope Dr. Weah this year will try to see reason to actually take some people out, bring them out of the government, let them take a rest, bring new people in. I want to talk something here that has nothing to do with it. This is something, I've always talked about this. Every time when I bring these new clipping and stuff like that, most of the time they come from either KMTV or Front Page Africa. And I'm on record so many times to say Randy Shea is a double-edged sword. I've always called him that. And he demonstrated that again. Front Page Africa demonstrated that again. He wrote something about my own little brother, Elisha Talu. That Elisha Talu, according to him, went out and makes a statement, divisive statement, according to him. And people were writing on Front Page Africa, oh, people want to bring door, rambling bike again, all kinds of nonsense. But that's who he is. If it's in your favor, he talk about it. If it's against you, he talk about it. So when I read the first thing I did when I read this, I was angry. Why are you going to say that about my own brother? What kind of business is this? Then I thought to myself, Samson told, that's the double-edged sword. Because he started that some time ago. But the point that I want to make on this is that Randy Shea and Front Page Africa, they're doing a good job. I'm not questioning it. But when you write something like this, as though the Crown somehow seeking war or whatever, it just doesn't fit that. Here is it. Just they 18 people that were killed, they're getting ready to do their memorial as well. Were they the only people that were killed during April 12? Why is it if you're going to do a memorial, why can't it be a memorial for all Liberians? But I just thought that I point that out. Randy Shea, when I've been there, every time when I say this man is a double-edged sword, and I like that reporting because he's not there to please anybody. He's there to report. If you say something that is not conducive, he will say it. And the setting when Armo Elisha Talu made that statement was where the Crown people gathered together in Monrovia, and he made that statement to say, people are always against us. And we have, since 2005, we have given our vote to President Weah. And so by him giving us the opportunity, I will not fail you. I will do everything possible that I'll be successful so that the next person will be able to sit in there. Now, what Front Page Africa is saying is that instead of Elisha Talu saying you as to Granjinians, it should have been you Liberians. So anyway, folks, let me go ahead and open the line. I want to appreciate all of you that have been tuning in. Let me go ahead and open the line. And please give me some information why you think Sierra Leone, what it did is wrong or right. But for me, I just say it's cold water on our faces as Liberian. If you truly, truly love Liberia, this is not one of the best days of our country. Because we all have gone through that. Sierra Leone went through it. We also have experienced that. And for Sierra Leone to say that they're there to seek the protection of a human being, as though we Liberians do not care for protect our own. This is why you maybe you can even call it low blow. But that's politics. They're there to make sure things like this. But if you ask for it, that's what you get. That's why there was no reason whatsoever that the Liberian government would try to go after certain people without even thinking twice. That's just not right. That's not right. And so that's what we get. That's what we get because the government decide they want to go after a certain individual, which is Henry Costa in this case. And then now the government, after people finding out, they now, sorry, let me take this out. After that, now they're going trying to explain that it was not they didn't want to harm anybody. Nobody said you're gonna harm anyone. Costa said people are going to want to kill him, and from our indication, because people go by what they've seen, their experience, and you're going to have minister information. It's so embarrassed today for you to come out on air. It's so embarrassing. They talk about somebody. They start explaining the differences in Facebook. What if you have not put yourself in those kinds of situations? If you didn't put yourself in that position, nobody will going to. Even if people accuse you, they will believe you more. But every day, Costa will see, Costa with this. When somebody you write something, they say, "Oh, he wrote this." Yeah, some of us have doubt that perhaps he didn't. But many people say, no, he got the ability. He's capable of doing it. So now you're going to have to come out to explain yourself. That's very embarrassing. So let me go ahead and open the lines, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in. And give me a call here this evening, and let's see how far we're going to go with this. All right? This I call the Liberian government was thrown on the bus. Okay, folks. Let me go. While I'm waiting for your call, let me talk about other issue here. Wow. Anyway, that's something I'll discuss on Friday. But in Liberia, they're going to be having election here this year, and the political parties, the coalition political parties, have put together, and now saying that the government and the way things are going in Liberia, they're concerned with the security issues. I laugh. They lie. They scare. They're scared. CDC are going to flog them. So now, you see what I mean? That the government have to put in place some serious business. You can't continue to follow running after somebody like this. Now they're gonna come out. I just put some fun in it, but that's a serious stuff. They're laying out the groundwork right now. Liberty Party, Unity Party, ALP, Eternity, ANC, they're all laying out the groundwork right now. They're laying out the groundwork. And those who are now seeking re-election, people can come out tomorrow. Yes, they think we're going to have to get money from the international community. And these political parties making issues of the security business now. You think the international community, in order for them to give you money to do election and things, that they want to make sure, first of all, things are safe. And if these people start the kind of process, because of what's happening, the government of Dr. Weir, by going after Henry Costa, it's a mistake. Big time. Big time. Henry Costa should be allowed to come to Liberia anytime he wants. Causing Dr. Weir doesn't mean anything. It shouldn't stop Dr. Weir from performing. But look at the political party that they're saying that's concerned with the security issue. Election in November of this year. Lots and lots of people have spent money already seeking re-election, what have you. Okay? And then you're going to have this kinds of situation. There's so many things that are happening in our country. And there are those who bent on seeing Henry. The question I want people to take out of this here tonight, what Henry Costa is saying that is so detrimental to the survival of this government and the people of Liberia. Okay? He talked about we are step down campaign. And I demonstrated that the last time for 2 straight shows that nobody, no lawyer can stand up. I will not even a lawyer say, you can't stand me because you got nothing to offer when it comes to that. Aaron Costa said, but the COP said differently. COP is the people, it's the organization that was organizing the protest. They say a different thing. Who you gonna hold? Aaron Costa, you're not serious. That is seeing Aaron Costa, you close the radio station. You're going after him to go all the way to sell him. I just thought that I put the other one in here about the political party. They're concerned with the security issue in Liberia. And the way the security business is going in Liberia, and the connection, the arbitrage they throw around that young man, Jefferson Kochi's neck 2 days ago, or a day or so ago. Jefferson Kochi, watch, he's traveling outside of Africa. It's going to be limited, very limited. You're not going to just get it like the way he used to get out and go to Turkey, the way he used to get out and go to other European countries. Limited traveling. And what does that do for the country? It affects the city of Monrovia. Because if you want to have a sister city or some European country and you can't travel, how are you going to get there? I've been telling this young man, first of all, you shouldn't have even taken a position. CDC come to power, okay. Dr. Weir, thank you very much, but I'd like to go back to school. You saw what Ellen did to Amar Kone? Immediately after the election, they sent Amar Kone here in Boston, in Massachusetts, to go to school. He went back and got his master. I believe he had already got his master by that time. But he went back. And when he came with the masters, 2 masters now, when he opened his mouth, people listen. He was not just a dollar collector like the way he used to work with IT. That I wish, if I was in Monrovia connected with this group, I would have asked Jefferson Kochi go to school. How old is Jefferson Kochi? Maybe what, 36, 37 years old? By the time you're 45, you're out, got your master's degree, you want to do 2 masters, you come by. And when you open your mouth, who will argue with you now? But you think when Costa finished his program, you and Costa, I keep saying this, and then this prediction definitely will come to pass. Because Jefferson Kochi, if he doesn't go to the Hague, if he doesn't get arrested, he's most likely going to meet, not even most likely, but he will meet Henry Costa. And you think you're going to stay in front of Henry Costa and talk about political gladiator? Costa will eat your lunch again. But yet now, they put that kind of thing behind him. They put that stuff behind him, and the only defense, tiny sedition guy, because what's the name, Vode used to be member of CDC, and he wanted a certain position, and the people didn't give it to him. That's why he versed for. You sure? Have you seen the video of the kind of evidence they have, according to them, against Jefferson Kochi? Have you seen it? You're just making things work for yourself. Simple as that. Simple as. And here's the thing here. And one of the things that I want to predict here tonight as well. The way Costa issue is going, many Liberians now consider this government going after somebody, whether you like Costa or not. But the mere fact that the government continue to hound Costa in this particular instance, when this government leave, the next government they're going to come, they're going to go after people. I don't know what position they're going to do, what kinds of action, whether it's going to be negative or positive, I don't know. But they will go after people. The money, they will come after people and their property. So you, the minister, you don't declare assets now, they will come after you. You come back to America, the situation will be changed. Donald Trump have changed the political landscape in America forever. You come here and finish taking money to Liberia. People say you got money and come here and come buy houses and think you think you're gonna. It ain't happening. Because the next government, they will have a specific ministry targeting those who they believe are taking money. And Dr. We are going. Didn't he say you're going back 10 years? What's the report now? We didn't even know about it now. I don't even know what that one is. But the next government, they're going to go after. Not because they want to be negative or go after people because they want, no. What I believe most likely going to happen, just to take it out of Liberians' hand, the next government probably will, because yes, this is what they're going to do. They will go to the European country, and they'll go to World Bank, they'll go to all the people that have been giving us money. They say, all the money you've been giving us, we can show that certain individuals have taken this money and using it for themselves. Now you tell me, if you were to go to World Bank and say somebody, Sansinto, the other money you've been sending to Liberia, Sansinto using it for himself, World Bank will say no, they'll say prove it. So then what they do, they don't even ask the Liberian. They ask the government of the United States. Give us people to audit these people. Because most of them, when they run away, where they come? They come back here to America. And you think you're going to stay here? FBI going to be knocking to your door some money. So go ahead. Go ahead. You think you're going to get away with it? It ain't happening. The Liberians, the young Liberians are very sophisticated nowadays. You don't know people watching you in that place? You take money and come buy houses. Okay. Those days are over. And even if you build in Liberia, you don't declare assets now because Dr. We don't know what Dr. We access it, and you don't declare assets now as a minister to say I come in with $50,000. and this is how much I make. Let's multiply that by the time I was here. This is my property now. You don't do that. Your new house, you and something too going to be sharing that. I'll put LPR, I'll put LPR off it. Because by that time, I will make sure I sell LPR to like, do I own it? I sell LPR to the government. So the government take LPR and put it in your house. No, on a very serious note, the next government most likely will come after people. Because right now, the way the Costa situation is going, and Liberians are now frown on this thing, the next one they're going to say, okay, you tell me, if they say after Dr. Weah leaves office and the next government have to be up from opposition side, and it says Samuel Tuer, we want to know what happened to the $25 million, which one of you would say don't talk to Samuel Tuer? Or Samuel Tuer coming running back here to America? You don't think American government will talk about that? They even call people, say, what happened to the $16 billion? You don't think that will generate huge interest from the international community? Man, y'all save me. The number is up there. I'm not talking engineering tonight, so at least this one is like run politics. You should be able to call 916. I'm not too sure what people been calling. Is this thing even connected? Mr. So, please test my number for me. See if it's even connected. Maybe people been calling it one device. Okay, let's see. Okay, all right. Okay. Give me a call, 916-533-2046. But anyway, I'm not going to be here long anyway. So I just thought that I'd throw that in as I'm getting ready to close now. I hope Dr. Weah will see reason to address, once again, not address the nation from the church pulpit. Don't do those kinds of stuff. You in a church pulpit, who's going to question you? The congregation? Question you to say what? Have a press conference. Let people ask you stupid questions. They think you're joking with. 6 years will soon be over, oh. 6 years will soon be over. But of course, the political party, we ain't see anybody here. But guess what? The people, the party that will produce the most and the best will be Liberty Party. Watch and see. You see, I'm not saying it because I'm Liberty Party member, but Liberty Party, when time comes, when they're ready to put up their candidate, you will know. And this is what I also suspect will happen. All of these coalition political parties, they will have a primary. And the party standard bearer that has the most and becomes the standard bearer for all. And this is where George Weah and the CDC-led government will eat these people lunch, because Alexander Cummings will not allow himself to be primary by nobody. He's not going to cooperate. He's not going to cooperate. And once he break that mold of cooperation, they splendor all over. And as long as they separate themselves from one another, they will not get anything more than 10, 15, 20%. And Dr. We are going to get another 60 some more. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, thanks for calling. I tell my team I'm not working, but what's on your mind? What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
I'm calling from Iowa. My name is Zane Joy.
Thank you, Mr. Joy. We appreciate it. What's on your mind?
I just want to know how long you've been in America.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
I came to America since 19. Why?
Okay. I just want to ask you, because you're talking, I like the way you talk. And I just want to get a good understanding as we all Liberians.
Okay.
You can just give me forget it. Nothing will we just give me.
Okay. All right. I came in this country at a very young age. Around
what year?
Hold on now, hold on. I came here because when I tell you what year and tell you how old I was, I want people to put it together. I came here, I think I was around 17, 18, something like that, or even less. I first got here, the very first time I came here was 1980. Then I was forcibly, unceremonially removed from the United States and sent me back to.
I want me and you. I want to have a conversation, right?
Go ahead.
So go ahead, talk. Yeah, no, I want to.
Okay, so I was unceremoniously removed from the United States and sent back to Toad Town. And then on a very serious note, I came back 1981.
So,
and then
you was vibrate. And you're there. And you're not going. Now, roll out.
The what now?
Toad Town, right?
Yeah, Toad Town.
Are you a crime man?
Who, me?
I tell you. Are you a crime man?
No, I am the crown. I'm not just crown man. I am the crown. All the crown. That me.
That's why I say, ciao. That's why I say first.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Now you know what's going on.
No, nobody. I understand what's going on, but you see, I like your little information that you give me, which means you are aware of life, and you are civilized, and also you are dedicated. You see the thing that's going on with me and your country now. It's not so much about custom. It's about big elephant grade that everybody want to get the piece of that pie, including you. Are listening to you today. When Custom stopped, the whole thing was so brilliant. We all were listening to it. It was a political. When you started the whole thing, when you first started it, okay, it was a political movement. Okay. But now it's not political movement no more. He want to be part of the government. When he took a couple of weeks, last month or November, that he cannot wait to be a senator. That one people that us listen to him will go wrong. I'm 43 years old man. I've been in the country since 1990. When I was young, you do the math. Hello?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay. That when he went wrong, when he declared himself that he cannot wait to become a senator, which means there's something going on, you want to be part of it. Me, you sitting there growing up. When we go to school, when we fight somebody who cannot be the person, what we do? We take our time to join this person to learn a tactic. And then learn the tactic will walk by and say, no, they're now fighting defeating. But this is how the real life works. But we'll continue the same fight to who with the gun. You know, one door said, when two elephants fight, the grass suffers. And I will tell you again, with Costa, living from yesterday, from the time he got pulled, with the immigration pulling him over, or stopping the robber thief, making a way to Sierra Leone as a smart man you say you are, something to you one-on-one, nobody listens to us. Do not declare yourself or any party or anything to do with revolution, war, or any rebel. You are defeated right there with American, with any country. Either whoever say, I will just over there for my strength. When it comes to political rule, you talk about the word rebel. You live here in America. And you know what I'm talking about, what Donald Trump just did. What is the people word? Is that what your email, White House, administration, the word rebel? Come on. What's that to the act? What more to the rebel I brought up? I listen to you. I'm glad you listen to me right now. Being on the radio is listening clear to the public or to the news. I'm not saying you might not go fight for his right to become president or whatnot. But making a violent mistake like that coming or on the radio that everybody is hearing, they're going to be shared.
Okay.
In immigration wise or whatnot. But guess that we know who again, it's going to get worse. it's going to get worse. As a smart man, keep your mouth shut. Let go from this. Number one, you declare as your public speaker for the Liberian. Keep it as that.
Let me push back. Let me push back on that a little bit. Since
I'm
you
listening.
want,
and I'm talking about listening.
yes, let me push back on that a little bit. First of all, being the head or a spokesperson does not change the character of the person. Number one. Let us
understand that.
okay.
We gotta be careful.
Okay. So then the next thing
We
is
gotta watch whatever word come out of your mouth.
okay, I agree.
But
But let's do this. And I think I pointed that out earlier. Let us don't look. You want me to, can I talk?
No, I'm listening. I'm not
Okay.
even talking.
Oh, okay. Okay. The point that I'm trying for all of us to see is this. Let us don't look at the character of the messenger. Let us look at the message. Because what is important here is the message. Custer might have a flawed character. None of us here has any kinds of thing. Okay? So
I don't know him from nowhere. I really don't know him.
okay, no, I'm just saying that's what I use the word might. That's what because I don't know that for sure. That's what I use the word might because that's just something that I don't know that for sure. But even if he did, because I've also watched Custer. I've also listened to his radio show a lot, and there are things, some words they use, some words that he will use that I'm not comfortable with. But that does not negate the message, the central point that Custer continued to make, and that is what is happening in Liberia. Economically, things are bad. Number one. Custer also pointing out the issue of the $15 million map out. We have no result yet. Liberians are frowned on that.
No.
Number two. Third,
You're correct.
the $16 billion issue that has not been resolved according to Liberian. Okay. The economy in the country is not moving. Liberians are not doing well. People are not getting paid on time. Now, if that is the message that is coming from the messenger, why will we pay attention to the character? Because those are sidebar issues.
What you saying? I just want to give you a little brief of what you just said. It's not so much about the character. You are mentioned good lot of our reason for me to tell you something. I'm speaking to you. Even you that are speaking to me right now, right? You probably got more brain than most of our government. In the fact that you're speaking on something, but you're not trying to put yourself. You're just speaking to me right now like a reverend. When you go in the Bible, when you go to Joe, when you go to Book of Matthew, you understand? You're giving them message, but you don't want. And even when you read the Bible, it says, "Do not be like me. Don't do what I do. Do what I say." Right?
Okay.
But this man, as an educated man like you come to me right now, right? Think about everything you just said to me. Like I said earlier in my English, I asked you a final question. I said, how long you been in this country? You said record age. Number one, we put a public house figure. Okay, that's who he was. And we all were loving it. So it changed down. But then they had declared that he was sinless. And then even he went for the seeing things in December 31st. It was where I was denied. We're watching it here in America. And he went January 6th. Maybe when nothing succeeded. The next post, let the soldier work for you. Don't go and make another move. You are making a far mistake in the sense that you're speaking right now to me. And I will tell you, in our custom, whoever giving money, I will stay there. So let the U.S. know as you educated. Don't say nothing that, oh, one of my rebel leaders, talking from Liberia, because what is Mr. saying right now? So because you're fighting there to bring rebel, so you see there in a place big meat that you want, piece of the meat, and then when you say rebel leader take you back to Sierra Leone, when you look at all these messages, it's not the right message. It's like you are on the right road. But now the message you send to Latino people, get more people who've been in this country, who've seen this thing, or even some of the smart people who've been there. You scare them just for what you said. One of the rebel leaders told me to say, "Look, I got arrested." Say it loud. No, better shut your mouth. If you want to become somebody, you wish me.
Well, you're arguing that he's because I didn't get that. You said he said that he rebel leader talking to Sierra Leone.
He said some rebel who talking to Sierra Leone. All right. Number one, if you go for the protest, somebody like you are the smart man, shut your mouth, work with immigration, and see what it really is. They'll protect you. That's the educated man.
Okay. All right. Okay.
A man that's supposed to become somebody. But you go on a radio because the young people get, why you got Latin that bro and you got rebel taking all the way to Sierra Leone? Tell me what your thing is when it comes to law, rules, and regulations.
Okay.
So you wasn't there for putting safety, right? So you like a grenade boss. You gotta escape, right? Come on. There's one rule you're breaking. You know what? That's what they right now in their country. You're paying them for all your life. Come on, man.
Okay.
This is not British people speak English, brother.
Okay. Let us agree. Let us agree that as long we're human being, we will not agree on everything. So let's leave it as that.
True. I want you to tell me say what I just said is the number one mistake that you.
No. I will. You see, that's not what. That's not.
Stay on the side when you working with people that are.
No,
because
but
all of y'all when you're going down, you'll be the number one person in the car.
Yeah, but yes, what I do here on the show. You call in, you are allowed to express yourself. It is not in my right as a liberal progressive to say that you're wrong.
I apologize. I apologize because I apologize. Sorry. Listen, I just, when you whole thing so much more like just talk to one of your other people. That's what I'm doing. I apologize.
That's okay. That's okay, my brother. Thank you.
No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Please.
Yeah.
I live in Providence all my life. Where you live now?
Oh, me?
I'm from Providence, Rhode Island. I'm in Iowa right now.
Oh, okay. If you live in Providence all your life, just ask for Samson Toe. They will tell you who Samson Toe is.
Matter of where someone talking to you if you know me too.
Okay, let us get off this radio before something else.
I love you, brother. Honestly, brother, I know things are going on. I'm going to be careful.
Thank you.
They put their account for me talking nothing, right? I love it, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's true.
Thank
love
you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
For listening to me.
All right, appreciate it.
Bye.
We got to be careful on these radio shows. Hey, you come from a radio show, your wife say, hey, you're not coming in tonight. Anyway, folks, Samson told LIBERIA the government is losing ground for verifiers. Nah, we can't say those things. Okay, folks, let me get out of here. We will be back. Tune into Mr. Soul Show tomorrow. Mr. Show is putting together some wonderful program for all of you. But before I leave, let me make this point clear. Once again, Liberia is our country. Okay? We cannot afford for that country to fail. Even with all of the foreign force error. When I'm ready to go there, time you can call me. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
I'm Evelyn. I'm calling from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, Madam Evelyn, thank you for calling. What's on your mind? Thank you very much for calling LIBERIA Public Radio. What's on your mind, man?
Well, it's just so much going on right now.
Okay.
I feel like it's too much disrespect going to my president, even though I don't live in Liberia and I live in the United States, but it's like the people that are talking and they're like talking trash, they ain't helping to build the country. We are just sitting in the corner and talking trash, and we're supposed to be helping build the country.
Can you be a little bit specific when you said talking trash without using vulgar language now?
No,
Because
because the reason I say trash, right? Because me, I don't like to speak like English in a way for other people that feel like they're educated to understand. You know, when you're talking, you have to talk both sides. You get uneducated people, and you get educated people.
I'm one of the
and you get it-
I'm one of the uneducated people, madam. So don't worry. Go ahead.
And then we get the ghetto people, right?
I'm a ghetto man too.
Yeah. The thing about it, right? Even though all this situation going on in Liberia, for the fact that I love George Weah as a person and as my president, the only thing I want to say over here is we Liberians, we not trying our best.
But let me push you a little bit on this here, man. I know you have the ability to have do some sort of an engagement here, having conversation. What are some of the things that people are saying that are not true when it comes to Dr. Weah and this government?
People are saying, I mean, to be from with you, I'm not too good at policy. But from my point of view on like social media, right? People saying that George Weah was the one that stopping Henry Custer. I don't know how to pronounce his name right.
Yeah, Henry Costa.
Henry Custer. And like everything that's going on, right? I ain't seen nothing from George Weah yet. One, I would say that's a lie. Because first of all, in the first place, is Henry Coster. I don't know his name right.
That's okay.
Henry Coster, if he knows for sure, he's not trying to create a commit fraud in Liberia. There's no way he should bypass anything.
But sister, let me also one of the things that I will hope that we do also is to try to find both sides of the story so that we will be able to have some good information. But let me ask you this. Henry Costa saying that in the paper that if he were to be sent to Liberia, he would be killed. And that over the time when he was in Liberia, there have been a lot of people informing him how the government was planning to assassinate him. So if he had that fear, will you, if it was you, will you still stay in Liberia, or you would try to leave and run away any way you can?
I would not run away. You know why? Because why? People already told him before he arrived to Liberia. If anybody, Liberian people, we get thrown in our mouth, but we don't have to. People will do some, they'll get some evil people, but nobody will hurt Henry Custer.
But let me remind you now. Let me remind you. You're talking about Liberians. We were able to kill each other. 250,000 of our brothers, sisters, mothers, daughters, and brothers, son. We Liberians were able to kill our own brothers and sisters, our fathers, our mother, and sons and daughters. Why is it now that you think Liberians are not capable of killing another human being?
Because why? The person ain't do nothing. Okay, Henry Costa ain't do nothing. He's only trying to seek attention, though.
He tried to what?
He's trying to seek attention on social media.
So let me ask you this: before what I was going to ask you, that nobody trying to, but I'm not even going to go there now. But because your brother and another thing that he trying to seek attention. So if Henry Costa talk about people not getting paid, is that seeking attention?
What kind of pay they getting? People that when people have to satisfy.
Oh, I love when we go in this. Please don't hang up. Let's stay. Sister, you're killing me. Liberian people had to be satisfied. Okay, so the fact that the Liberian people are not getting paid on time from the government, and Henry Costa is talking about it. So the fact that Liberian people, according to you, are not had to be certified, so they must just say whether they get paid. They must just say, okay, Heron Costa, don't talk about it.
Amen. The people against we are. For the same people that are against we are, they're the one who put him there though. Okay, get it right? So last time I checked, the Liberian people was getting paid just because certain situation happen at certain times and certain moments. That doesn't give nobody power to like disrespect the president though.
Okay, I understand that, but the point that I'm trying to make is, okay, let's forget about people getting paid. If Heron Costa talk about $25 million map out exercise that went bad and nothing, we haven't gotten any reply. Heron Costa talking about that. Is he seeking attention? Huh?
Who is Heron Costa to the country?
Oh, so okay. Now I'm getting your point. Heron Costa, since he nobody just like myself, then he might not say anything.
No, he get right to say. But the thing about it, first of all, before you get in public to start making statements and start saying negative or positive stuff about people, right?
So how? So if it were you who was talking truth thing now, because these things happen. So if you are somebody who's talking truth now, the Heron Costa is trying to do, how will you go about doing that?
I would, if I had the power, if that were me, I will wait.
So you would do what?
I would to get to the president or read my laptop. And I was like, when people that book for, they need to read letter and give it to the president and see what he would say or what he's gonna do about the situation.
Okay, but you
have to meet him in private first. If you don't take no action, then now everybody will understand. That letter you give George Weah before, you said, oh, George Weah, if you want money, George Weah doing this, that letter's supposed to go, and you have to have the copy to yourself. So prove to the Liberian people, before you start taking action, you already have conversation with this guy.
Wow.
Not in person, but with letters.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, though, madam. Dr. Weah was elected by Liberian people. He's serving the Liberian. Why do you want us to talk to him in private? If he's serving the public, why we have to send letter to him? Why we got to send letter to him in private why we can't talk to him in public?
Okay, you live in America, right?
Yeah.
The time that no chance. Decide not to pay everybody that working in the government. What do you see people now on the street going crazy the way that bring people now on Facebook?
So because like bro people going crazy on Facebook and they're not getting paid, so you're gonna blame them?
No, the only thing I'm trying to say, peace is better than war.
Okay, all right.
United we stand and divided we fall.
Okay.
In order for the Liberia to build, we only need to communicate, which is one thing Liberian people lack of communication.
Okay.
Because we feel we have the right to say what we have to say. But we get people that connect to somebody connect to somebody. People can understand from different perspectives.
Okay, thank you. But before you leave, though, you made a statement here. Let me see how you can get out of it on this show. Okay, you said Liberian people are hard to certify, and you're a Liberian woman, so you hard to certify too?
Let me tell you, I had to certify you for me too.
Oh, so no, wait now. That do one at a time. Oh. So you say Liberian woman. So you too, you had to certify.
Liberian woman is blood running everywhere now.
Hey, yeah. Okay, go ahead. I'll finish your point now.
Okay. Okay, you asked me what was the question? Let's repeat it because
I said you said Liberian people had to be certified. So I say you too as a Liberian woman, so you had to be certified too?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Okay.
But now I can be satisfied because I don't have no choice. One, because I don't live in Liberia. Two, because I'm not doing nothing in the country that will help the country. You feel me? So I don't have no choice. But as an individual, I actually I agree to whatever all the Liberian people that live in Liberia that saying. But the fact that we're not helping, though, we're not helping because social media is not going to help nothing. We only have broken like people saying like writing pamphlet and saying a lot of stuff that are not even protecting the country.
Okay. All right. Thank you, my sister.
All right.
Thank you very much. But please, when we have our show, you're call in sometimes so we can have that kind of conversation.
Who asked? Boy, makes sense that.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye for now. Thank you, Emily. Appreciate it. Oh, she just killed the whole thing. After talking almost 5-10 minutes, she said, but wait now, everything I said there makes sense. Samson told from Public Radio, thank you for joining us. What's your name and what's on your mind? Oh my goodness.
Okay, this is Atura Logan. I am a Liberian, and I live here in Kentucky, Louisville, in America.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Like, I just want to give my own input about this whole thing that is going on in Liberia.
Okay.
But I first want to strike on what she just did. I just left the line, but what she said. She asked a question and said, who is Costa? It definitely makes me to know that she doesn't even know what's going on in Liberia, and she's not even following it, and she's not even on Liberia.
Madam, I hate to interrupt. What we do here on the show is we call and express our opinion. We don't go after one another. So she expressed herself. So please just go ahead and address.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Okay. Costa had a right to leave Liberia because he was fighting on so many occasions. And when his lawyer told him to the immigration before so that he can leave there for them to come, either one conclusion, one understanding about his license, I say there were a lot of men, grown men that were there, and even his lawyer was not satisfied, and then he did not even stop. He turned around and he was interviewed by Spoon TV, and then he told them that he was not free for his client to be among them because of the surrounding, because of the situation, the body language, and what was going on. And this rumor had been going around. So why if this was like some of the opposition, like people that are saying, why Costa left this country because he left because he's guilty? But somebody leaving doesn't mean that he's guilty. He's not guilty. He left because of the safety of his life.
Okay.
He left because of his life to be safe. He never left because he's guilty. If he's guilty, why were they not bringing immigration when he entered into this country with this particular document? What were they doing? Were they asleep at the time? And on the day for the men to come back to U.S. before they come up with this thing, after being through a lot of riots and for a lot of things and whatever, other stuff being going on, doing things to people, and then they're being into a lot of talk. So before you come out and say your license, your document is false and whatever, it is not fair. He's not treated fairly, for real.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Samson told LeBron Public Radio was Samson told LeBron. Oh. Okay, hold on. What's going on here? Okay. All right, folks. As you call, I know these are emotional times and these are emotional issues, and all of us as Liberians were very invested in this. So let us try our best to address the issues and be mindful that we're all hurting. It's not just one person. So go ahead. Somebody was calling me. The lady after. Let me take this. Samson told LeBron Public, what's your name? What's on your mind? Where you're calling from?
My name is Trokan. I'm calling from Maryland.
Thank you very much for calling in. What's on your mind?
I'm actually what first thing on my mind, Berto, is the government of Liberia. You know, our people always tell people that we are not serious, especially those of us in the diaspora. We have to go and build Liberia. As a person who born in Liberia, raised there before traveling, I love my country. I have a good intention and desire for my country. Um, as age come and go, um, I do not want to get old here. But you don't just take your money or just jump up and say, "Oh, I'm going to build Liberia," as the statements they made. First of all, there should be a structure, of, as we call it, good governance, the rule of law, security. Those are encouraging factors among many things that enable any individual or group of individuals to go develop a nation. With what happening in our country, it cannot even encourage any Liberian to go invest. So the notion that Liberians sit on Facebook and talk, they don't want to go develop. I think people have to learn their civics and look at the given situation in the country before making statements. Now, when John Weah got elected, I never supported John Weah, but there, when you come to power as a government, you have to come with plan. You have to come with structure, brother. Too. I don't want to go back to Ellie. Every individual Liberian know how Ellie ran our country. President Eddie Johnson Sirleaf ran our country. But the Liberians who had the right to vote, as you said the other day, 62 point, over 62 voted him.
61.5%.
Okay, 61.5. Okay. They saw the ills of Ellie. I, for one, personally, 2005, I did not vote. I did not support George Weah. I supported Ellie Johnson Sirleaf because why? I felt that her level of international understanding of governance, politics, and economic will have helped our country. When Ellie got there, by 2011, it was known by many, all Liberians, that the corruption and everything is the governmental ineptitude of Ellie. I never supported her 2011. But yet and still, I did not support George Weah because I knew George Weah was not competent to the job. When George Weah got elected by our people, those that have the voting right, George Weah knew he was in the government. He should have known better to know the ills of the UP government. Some of us who did not support George Weah, we thought that George Weah would have gone ahead to start to prosecute the past government officials, knowing fully well that billions and billions of dollars was sent to that country for 4 years. And there is no good road, no potable water, no electricity, nothing of the kind. It was his responsibility. That should have been his first thing. He did nothing of such. Forward, he didn't start there. He individualized the government structure by going and building houses that he has no reason of doing at the early stage of this government. Forward, we all listen to the very Costa they're talking about today. Letters over letters from international community. I listen to Costa reading those letters day after day. Those letters are very disgraceful, shameful to us, Liberians, as it relates to our government, from United Nations, from donor partners. Georgia did not take any steps. They protest that Henry Costa's protest that he planned gradually, brother, too. Everybody knew on Costa show when he the first protest, June 7th, it was not in Haiti. He broadcast it on the show, and then it took momentum. The same thing with the December 31st. What everything Henry Costa has said about this government, I for one, I believe it. Why do I believe it? Because in the lane of information, if someone comes out to say, "Oh, Falcon, you did this," it left with me to defend myself with facts. Well, from the time I started to listen to Costa, everything that Costa said, now one day, brother, told that any government official logically, constructively have ever come up. Maybe I may be wrong and you may correct me. They had never come up to say, "Oh, you know what Costa said today is wrong and these are our facts." No.
But don't they, what's his name? Eugene Falcon comes up with facts and fiction. Haven't you listened to him?
No. I listen to Eugene Falcon. But let me tell you one thing. when you're dealing with us in this modern age of technology and information-driven world, you don't come up with your years of jargons and unknown defined, unidentifiable jargons and words that have no structure, brother. Too.
Oh my
That's
goodness!
Information.
Okay, you know what? You just made a whole show come up alive. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. And this is the song that I've been singing. Okay, thank you very much, my brother. But this is what I want to say. I know these things are very emotional for all of us. However, let us understand and agree that we are all Liberians. At the end of the day, we want to get to a specific place.
Sure.
And so we as Liberians, let us continue to pray for one another. In fact, let us pray for our leadership as well. But I hope that you will find reason sometime, engage us again and see if you can give us a way forward. And then we'll take it from there. But thank you very much for your contribution. I think you made us some very salient point here this evening. And I'm not taking them lightly. They were well informed, and all of the comment that comes out of you here tonight, they carry a lot of weight, and I want to thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, folks, Samson told LeBron Public Radio, when you call and I'm not picking up, it means somebody else is on the line. That's why. It doesn't mean that I'm trying to ignore you or whatever. But I thought the young man that just spoke, I thought he was going to love the political gladiator and these people take these words like adjective here, put it to the noun there, take it to, and then boom, they put it down and say, "Oh, the man no bug." Let me take this here. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind? Hello? Hello? Okay. Call us back if you can. Okay, folks. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. I think I'm going to, I'm out here. The lady that called earlier that I talked to, I think a lot of people would really, really like for us to come back I wish she would call back. If she's still listening to me, let me just read the last. I think it's this number. The last number 0939. If you can call us back and let's have fun before I close. The lady that called and said, "Am I making sense?" Yeah, I think you. I want to thank you very much. Even if you don't call back, I want to thank you. Her name was Evelyn. Her name, she said. I want to thank you very much because you really, really made. After all of these wrangling we've been through here tonight, to come out and make that statement at the end. Then I think you set the bar so high for all of us. So, okay, folks, let me get out of here. Let me say thanks to all of you. Not that you don't have anything to do this Wednesday afternoon. We'll go at it again come Friday. But basically, let us all try to pray for one another, pray for the government, and pray for the leadership as well. Because what I'm taking out of this is this. If this government does not succeed, all of these tiny sedition the government will do, they're not all of them going to fail by themselves. We all, every one of us, because this is who you are. You didn't ask to be born in Liberia. God put you there for a reason. You can't go to Nigeria and call yourself a Nigerian, or go to Ghana and call yourself a Ghanaian. Even if you take on their what do you call it, citizenship, your makeup, your DNA will never be the same. You're not with them. Okay? You're from Liberia. You were born in Loking Town. You were born in Douala. You were born in Busakola, Lofa County, Maryland County. You can't go to Ghana or Nigeria and take out their citizenship and say, that's it. No, you were not fit. Basically, what I'm saying here is this. If people like Custer would do these things, I keep telling all of us, let us don't look at the character. Yeah, character is important. But the message, because of Custer, I want you to go to Front Page Africa. There's another article on there. Because of Custer and all of the protest stuff, the president pro tem now want to revisit. And these are things that we need to pay attention to. They want to revisit those articles in the Constitution that addressed protest. They most likely want to curtail, want to cut down your rights. But Custer has brought this protest business and the Constitution, so much light has been shined on it. If we're not careful, we're going to have people come behind, stealing our lunch behind us. So don't pay attention so much to the character. Pay attention to the message and encourage the messenger to do more. Because if this thing, what I've been reading about the Senate protests trying to look at the protest article that addressed protest and by the Constitution, they're trying to fiddle with it. They're trying to massage it. If we're not careful, they're going to dilute that so much that if you stay in the corner of the street to talk about anything in Liberia, you can get arrested. If they dilute that stuff. So those are things that you have to pay attention to. So if you have somebody in the person, in someone like Costa, who is shining lights on it, my people, what's wrong with us? Somebody coming to shine light, then you say, who holding a flashlight? They're showing a flashlight in your face. Then you say, who holding the flashlight? Well, you can't say, oh, the person showing the flashlight on your book for you to read. Then he said, no, you show the flashlight, I can read, but I want to see the hand that holding the flashlight. Does it matter who holding the flashlight? The lights has been shined all over so you can see what is happening in your country. Does it matter if Costa holds the flashlight? Whether he's standing upside down or holding the flashlight? It's not the problem. The light is shining. Let's gravitate towards what the light is shining to. You got to watch the article today. I marked that. I'm putting it in my book as a bookmark. Because what the Senate President, Senate President said today, you're going to have to focus. What is there in our Constitution that addressed the protest that this CDC Senate President want to revisit? And they can manipulate. What is that? And you want us to leave the message and focus on the messenger? Because Costa can be cussing here, he can be saying this. That's not my problem. I say, Costa, show me more. How you show it, I will deal with it later because we all are not clean people. We're all flawed. We have issues. So if the people try to stop the messenger, if they try to break the messenger, then it's an issue. If you, my people, your man made me say something. You, Costa what? How old? On a very serious note, how old is Costa? 36, 37 years old. And he decided, here's what people need to understand. Costa told us that the last time. Costa got into this thing here looking for popularity. I believe that. But he passed that now. He passed that. It's like you go to the zoo bush. You go into the zoo bush and you anxious. Ooh, yeah. When I come from the zoo bush, my friend there will say, oh, the man come from the zoo bush, oh, they will respect me in the town. You go to the zoo bush, they open your eyes, you say, ah, that the kind of thing here. So the way you were anxious to come back and start bluffing, when you come back from the Zobui, you calm. Because things that you have seen the Zobui, the other people have not seen it, you're calm. And that's exactly what it has been to Costa, to be honest with you. Costa got into it because of radio personality. So Costa got into it. And more people are going to turn to Costa because Costa going to have a lot of viewers. And Costa going to see a lot of things. People are going to talk through Costa radio station. And Costa going to condemn the government. But when Costa got in and find out on his shoulder, there rest a lot of issues facing the nation. On his shoulder, he feels within himself that he has to deliver for the people. Costa told us the last time, even if I want to get out, it's not going to be easy. Because Costa have seen a lot. Costa has passed the popularity point now. He's not in it again for popularity. People have threatened his life. His life that who has been taken away. He passed that. So instead of us saying the man in here, yeah, you don't want to bluff. No. Let's pray for this young man. This young man who has taken upon himself to talk for the voiceless among us. Yeah, I'm here. I'm in Sacramento with my big mouth. I've been running my mouth down for almost 2 hours. I don't see no CID or FBI or CIA knocking on my door. The only person that I talk to, the person that my wife gonna come knocking to the door. But Costa, he could have stayed here and opened his radio station. He speaks well. That you can't question. What makes you think if Costa comes here with the radio voice that he had, What makes you think that he's not going to be able to maneuver and be able to have a radio station here in the United States? You think what he's doing right now, organizing people with the help of the other brothers and sisters from the COP, organizing for demonstration. You think that radio station business costs us still after? If you think like that, then you're mistaken. If you think like that, then you will go after him the way the government is going after him, because they're not, the government, it seems to me, are not thinking fast, past Custer. They are looking at the messenger, and they're not looking at the message that is coming to them from the people of the Republic of Liberia. You told us $25 million map out, our money, and we don't know what the result is. You say you're going to tell us that. Tens and tens and tens of thousands of Liberians are speaking through him. You told us $16 billion missing. What happened? Where is your how do you call it, your access declaration? You came to power. In less than 6 months, buildings start going up. I know that even if Dr. Weah wants to steal, he can't steal that kind of money. But many people don't know that one. You have to explain. What happened? Yeah, Maruba telling us, Maruba Maru, chairman of CDC, telling us that when you go out of country, you come back with money, you use it for yourself. What happened? So if a messenger's telling you these things, you're not even looking at the message. You're not even listening to the message. Who's bringing the okay, you're not dealing with the messenger. The person who bringing the message is because his character is so flawed. Therefore, you can't make those kinds of conclusions. Because you believe Custer's character is flawed, therefore the message coming out of Custer on behalf of the voiceless, that message also is flawed. If you do that, you make a mistake. And if you do that, you go after Custer the way you're doing. So basically, Dr. Weah and the people in the government, for me, what I've been seeing from Dr. Weah, I think he genuinely believes in development. But there are forces that are fighting for and against. And those forces, in my opinion, are right inside his government. I'm not pulling no punches. When I come to Liberia, you want to send me to South Beach? In fact, I used to live right around South Beach because I spent so many years in the barracks. I used to live in South Beach. You put me in the South Beach, said that would be fine. The cold air blowing from the ocean will hit me. By the time I come from there, I'll be speaking real total English. So anyway, I just thought that I'd point that out, folks. So this government, you will do well. You will do very well. Because people continue to misuse the popularity of Dr. Weah. And that's going to come back to hurt all of them. Because when they're ready to turn the popularity faucets on, there will be no water left. Because they're draining. No, okay, let me take this. This is going to be my last quarter. They're draining the popularity of the water that comes out of Dr. Weah. They're draining it out. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, you're my last quarter, and after that, we will be out of here. What's on your mind? And make it brief, please.
Hi, Mr. Toll. My name is McDonald Frobo Nyanka, calling from Minnesota.
Okay, I like that, man. My knee is Samson Chiaro Toll from Minnesota. No, I'm from Toll Town. Go ahead, my brother.
I'm going to be, in fact, you've been trying to analyze certain things for your analysis. Most of that, sorry, but for your analysis on that, you're getting analysis on what some call and trying to talk about our brother Costa was arrested that held in that was detained in Freetown on the instruction of the Liberian government. Mr. Toll, what I can get over, a lot of things been happening in Liberia. Imagine Indians got killed. Up to now, we don't even know who killed that guy. The police took his body from the street and took it straight to the mosque. We want to get to the hospital. Okay? This guy, the other representative got killed around how he said there was an accident. They don't even know, up to that, they don't know the owner of the driver. They had not identified nobody. Justina was raped, gang raped. Up to now, she has been silent. We don't even know what happened to her up to now. We don't know her personal condition. A lot of things happening in the country. The government investigate. $25 million issue, the government cannot tell the other result. Certain data, nothing. But they want to investigate unless a person that has already expired, my brother. If you're driving Liberia, when you're having if I want to work, when you're driving your car and you tap on your car like bro, when the car expires, when you drive on the street, the police park your car, they say, but you can't move your car because your stall expired, you got to renew it, you can move. Then why are the government going to investigate anybody that will expire on the 6th of December? Why? And the little boy you put it in the certain billion that got messy, we don't know the account now. Those are passed away. It's a little bit very important. And when next thing is at all, be a Liberian citizen. If I'm going back to my country, last year, I don't even have a little passé at all. I don't have no document. When I go to Liberia, when they deport me back, Mr. Cho, if that's so, why would they send me? I wait to answer that question for me. If I'm happy to go to Liberia, I'm going to play Liberia. Why would I go to Liberia? I go to RIA. I have no document. Coca has as far as document is saying it was forged. Okay, so he's better than me. I have no document at all. I go to RIA. Well, I be a lot of my country of best, Mr. To. I'm asking that question. Is it possible to enter Liberia? You want to deport me? What will you say me, Mr. To? I have no document. Coca, he has a little bit that they say was forged. But right now I'm going to Liberia. I have no document, Mr. To. When they deport me from Liberia, when they deport me, what will they say me, Mr. To? Can government official have a question for me if they are on your program? I'm a native Liberian. Going to Liberia. I have no document. I went to RIA. When they deport me, and when they deport me, why would they send me? Hello, Mr. To?
I'm listening. Maybe they will deport you to Totan.
No. Total is Liberia. I'm like, no. Because they were taking the contract. I'm a contract, Mr. Helicopter, how did they pass? They say it was forged. So you even better than me that I don't have nothing. I have nothing. I'm going to arrive. When they deport me, if I'm being deported, where will I go? I want an official of the government, and not today. Will you please bring all your show maybe another time? I can answer this question, Mr. To. I beg you, brother.
Okay.
I want to be informed. I'm not informed, Mr. To. Call Gaza. Call you to Falcon. Total invite you to Falcon your show. And 10 days of a brother I live in Minnesota. That brother saying if you go to Liberia, not judging me. He's 100% Liberia. He's 50% Liberia. If you get a RIA, not judging me at all. Will they deport me back? Why would they deport me? I want to answer. Well, I be saying one of those countries like Jamaica you talk about, or what? They said you country our brother about the last time. Would they send me one of the countries? I don't know. Mr. To, we have to start doing these things to our own Liberian citizens. Okay? There are a lot of important things that are going to be discussed. Do you think that our president of Liberia, give you all respect, but she has a Liberian passport, a Liberian diplomatic passport. She voted in her election. She not national Liberian. We didn't see it. You don't do that in secret. She voted in our election. We are unconstitutional. Nobody can talk about that. They are very criminal like near our president today. They make it a diplomatic passport. Nobody talk about that. But our brother left for here. He won in Liberia. Okay? He entered the country. When you enter the country at the time, they didn't say it was forged. Nothing. How will you talk about documenting this world? And 2 people after 3 weeks, he said it's forged. Mr. To, it didn't make any sense at all. We have to start a witch hunt. Liberia belongs to all Liberians. Okay? That country belongs to everybody. We all want to go back home. If our beloved country will love our country, we can't be witch hunting people because of political differences. It made no sense, Mr. To.
Right.
I don't want, not that I didn't say that a little bit, Mr. To. That lady was there. I mean, I think she was not possible. I don't think she used to harm people. She don't harm people because of their political view. Doing Eddie Sedita, he caused all nuts. I mean, Eddie Sedita, she's really bad. She didn't even on the rampage. You know, those are things well run, but I mean, it's not bad as present now. People get for their own view in their own country. How will you be being a brother for expired letter per se? Like 3 weeks ago, that now you know it was forged. Why you really cross at the beginning when you enter Liberia? Now the government start holding people, Mr. Tola, God belong to all Liberians. Thank you very much for having your show. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Folks, these things, sometimes we try to put fun in it, but they are very emotional issues. People have invested. So the government, if you think the Liberian diaspora can't do anything, can't hold you responsible, keep pushing it. Keep pushing the line. Because the Liberian diaspora, they put money in our country. I think 2% of GDP. Okay, so what makes you think they can't hold you responsible? But anyway, folks, this is Samson Tola, Brown Public Radio. Let me get out of here. Brother, thank you very much for that comment. That was... Oh, Jacob, come on, man. He's on the air. Okay, but Jacob, come on. Call me. Let's talk about it. I'll wait for your call. Jacob Kamara, I'll wait for your call. Call me. But anyway, let me get out of here, folks. I've been out here now for quite a while. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thanks to all of you. I know you guys have the busy schedule. I want to thank all of you. Mr. So will be on tomorrow, and I will be back on Friday, of course. And we'll have a lot of conversation. Basically, I forgot I was going to ask this guy the question. I forgot totally. And the question, young man, if you're still listening, the question I was going to ask you said, but no, I'll ask you, call me another time. I'll ask that question. But anyway, let me get out of here. It's been a wonderful, wonderful show. Basically, we're all trying to find reason so that we can lower the temperature in this room. Don't forget, we're Liberians. And here's the thing, the government, let me just point it out quickly, then I can leave. The government needs to understand that many Liberians don't really like what is happening, not because they love Costa or not because Costa is the best, but if they feel within themselves, like you heard this young man talking. If you can do this to Costa, what stop you from doing it to somebody else? And Liberians don't like these kinds of stuff. Ever since that I've been knowing Liberian, how many years now? 10 years. But they always stand out for the voiceless. That's all we are. That's who we are. That's what we do. It's been a wonderful evening, folks. Samson Tola, Brown Public Radio. And I want to thank all of you again. In turning in, we say thank you very much, and we'll say good night to all of you. Thank you very much. Mr. Smith, Trogon Smith, you can go on YouTube and type in Nathaniel Cry Poor or Nathaniel Cry, and this music will come out. The guy's name is Franco. He's from the Ivory Coast. It's a beautiful, beautiful music. And Nathaniel has lots and lots of good music on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type Nathaniel Poor or Nathaniel Cry, and you'll be able to get it. All right? Thanks.
T'as des tomates et t'as des jeunes.